Okay, guys. So I was reading a couple stuff. Well, wasn't reading the study, but I watched a video about a study, and it was regarding the effect of steps versus smoking, and whether smoking can be negated by the amount of steps you take a day. And honestly, this is an interesting study because everyone knows smoking is bad for you. It has a negative health impacts, and everyone knows steps are usually good for you. You know, moving your body, getting the blood flowing through your body is always good. So, what's the real comparison? And there was a comparison something like the range between 3,000 and 15,000 steps, and being an average smoker. So they didn't really define. This is the problem I have with this study. They didn't really define what an average smoker is, because is that 1 pack a day, 2 packs a day, half a pack, 5 cigarettes a day? There's no real definition on how much smoking is negated by the amount of steps. So they really only looked at the linear relation between the steps and the impact of smoking. So, like, I know people that smoke a pack a day, sometimes half a pack a day, and they get somewhat decent amount of steps, probably somewhere in the range to 5 to 10,000 or 8 to 10,000, and they seem to think that the steps will negate the effect of the smoking, but there's no real. I feel like there's no real basis for applying this to real life, because smoking, it's just bad. It's just overall bad. And ideally, you want to maximize the benefits and minimize the harms, or the risk from the harms in comparison. So ideally, you'd be taking 15,000 steps a day and smoking no cigarettes. That would be the ideal. And then they should compare the worst with the ideal, and then find the mean between the two. And if the mean between the two is somewhere around a net positive, then there's a meaning for, or a relation between the amount of steps and smoking done per day. So that's just how I would conduct a study. I don't know exactly. I'd have to look on PubMed to see what the relation is between the steps and the smoking. But I truly believe that taking away smoking is better than adding steps. So if you're smoking less, you're gonna have a better impact on your health than adding more steps and continuing smoking. I think that's pretty self-explanatory and pretty much common sense, and it sort of gives smokers a way out, or a rationale for smoking the amount of cigarettes they do, for making a study like this. So I don't really think it's very accurate to say that smoking can be negated by the amount of steps you take. See, as someone that has taken 60,000 steps in a day while smoking, I'd say 5 cigarettes a day, I can say that if you're really going to that extreme, like you're really pushing it to 60,000 steps, then maybe there might be a net positive. But the only way I would really justify this study is if the smoking promotes the amount of steps you take. So if the individual that's smoking isn't taking any steps when they're not smoking, if they're just moping around and not doing anything at all while not smoking, then maybe you would have a justification for adding the amount of steps that you take per day. So it has to be a correlation between both the variables. So there has to be a correlation between the amount of steps you take and the amount of cigarettes you smoke, rather than just putting them both on a linear basis and comparing them that way. So that's overall what I think of that study. I will bring you guys some more studies and some more breakdowns in my personal opinion. This is not factual research in any way. It is just my personal opinion on studies and how they go about conducting the studies. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be bringing you another study the next time that one pops up in my field of vision. And I hope you enjoyed. Please comment if you can. Follow the pod if you can. And yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Have a wonderful day. Peace.